So, very good morning all. After doing Cell the Unit of Life with all the PYQs and learning, exercising the chapter on to 80%, memorizing it, if you revise and practice, rest 20% also will be sorted out. We are going to start now with cell cycle and cell division. What is that we have to learn from cell cycle and cell division, and what type of questions that we have come across till now in the NEET exam with respect to this chapter. First, cell cycle and cell division, this is a pretty short chapter actually, wherein you will learn firstly on cell cycle. What is cell cycle actually? Cell cycle includes all the set of events which happen in a sequential manner, starting from DNA duplication or genome duplication, then synthesis of new cell organelles and new daughter cell formation. This all events will happen in a sequential pattern, and that is addressed as cell cycle. The time duration of cell cycle will be different for different cells. Okay, it is different for different cells, it varies. And what is cell division actually? The exact phase of division where karyokinesis and cytokinesis will happen, that is known as what ma? Cell division. Okay. So, what is cell cycle? Cell cycle includes all the sequential events which includes genome duplication, synthesis of new cellular constituents, and daughter cell formation. What is cell division actually? The phase where actual karyokinesis and cytokinesis happen, right? And this is also addressed as what phase ma? M phase. Okay. So, the fundamental insights of this chapter are very simple. Initially, you will be learning about cell cycle, in that about interphase, G1, S and G2 phases, and then you will be learning on M phase. Significance of mitosis, significance of meiosis. Then, where do you get the complicated, moderate to difficult level questions from here is, you should have a proper idea on ploidy, on the ploidy, where you will learn it from plant kingdom and sexual reproduction of flowering plants. Okay, where you will come across the ploidy of all the phases of a plant life in the alternation of generations, or every phase of plant life you will get to know about what? Ploidy. And with all the divisions of plant kingdom, bryo, pterido, gymno, angio, what is the gametophytic phase? What is the sporophytic phase? What are the stages involved here? What are the stages involved in sporophytic phase? Haploid and diplontic phases if you are clear with, then you can easily apply the mitotic and meiotic numericals and you can solve the problems. Okay. So, that is where you will get the application based questions in connection with what? Plant kingdom and sexual reproduction. Statement or match the following questions based on the concepts here that you will get directly from this chapter. Okay. So, first if we have to assume the cell cycle has two phases. What are they? Interphase and first let us look into interphase. Interphase has three substages. What are they? G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, right? G1, S and G2 phase. Interphase, in this phase, do you see any actual cell division that is happening? Karyokinesis or cytokinesis, is it happening? No. And is the cell metabolically inactive? It is active. The cell is metabolically active and sequential, there is no karyokinesis and cytokinesis happening. Then what is happening here? preparation for karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Okay, complete preparation for karyokinesis and cytokinesis occurs in where? Interphase, right ma? Thereby, as interphase is the phase where the complete preparation is happening, this is also addressed as preparatory phase. And this is also known as biosynthetic phase. This is also known as preparatory phase and biosynthetic phase, because the entire preparation for karyokinesis and cytokinesis happens in the interphase, and the synthesis of cellular constituents might be organelles, might be happens where? In interphase itself. So now if you see how the cells are in the interphase, you itself told the cells are metabolically active or inactive. Cells are metabolically active. Cells are metabolically active. Right. So here first if we observe G1 phase, first we learn on G1, S and G2, then we will go with M phase, right. So first if you observe with G1 phase, or see here, cell cycle, I told you the duration of cell cycle is different for different cells, right. There are two examples given in our NCERT about yeast cell and human cell. Yeast cell, what is the duration of cell cycle? 90 minutes. Human cell, what is the duration? 24 hours. In 24 hours, 1 hour will be for what? Interphase. Sorry, 1 hour will be for what? M phase. 24 hours are required for what? Interphase, which means it consumes more than 95% of time. More than 95% of time is consumed by interphase, right. And here if we observe M phase, where actual cell division happens, here first nuclear division happens, that is karyokinesis, and cytoplasm splits into two, that is cytokinesis. And if we see the division, actually cell division is of three types now. If we consider all the unicellular and multicellular organisms, types of cell divisions are of three types. Cell divisions are of three types. First is amitosis, that happens mostly in the unicellular organisms, and this is the diagram that is representing amitosis. There is no spindle apparatus requirement here, there is no spindle fiber formation. If you see amoeba, where binary fission takes place, the cell just divides into two by forming a cell furrow. Okay, there is no formation of spindle apparatus, no karyokinesis and then cytokinesis happening, everything happens simultaneously. Okay, so amitosis, the other name for it is what ma? Binary fission. Occurs mostly in unicellular organisms. Karyokinesis, cytokinesis happen simultaneously. Simultaneous karyokinesis and cytokinesis happen. Here this is addressed as amitosis because there is no involvement of spindle apparatus. right. This is all about amitosis. Second type of cell division is what ma? Mitosis, right. Second type is what? Mitosis. Mitosis, both karyokinesis and cytokinesis, does they happen simultaneously? No, one after the other, sequentially it will happen, right. So, first is karyokinesis and second cytokinesis. Karyokinesis occurs in 4 substages. What are they? Very good. First is prophase, then metaphase, anaphase, telophase, right. If we assume meiosis, second meiosis, third set of division is what? Meiosis. Here also karyokinesis and cytokinesis happens, but double times, 2 times it will happen. First, if you see in meiosis 1 and then in meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 it is karyokinesis 1 and cytokinesis 1. Karyokinesis 1 and cytokinesis 1. Meiosis 2 you will have karyokinesis 2 and cytokinesis 2. Karyokinesis 1, if you remember, and when we are learning about cytokinesis, cell division happens differently in a plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell we have already learnt in Cell the Unit of Life, but then we will revise it once again and we will learn the clear differences of cytokinesis between plant cell and animal cell as well. Now you just have that framework on what we are going to learn on mito and meiosis. Karyokinesis 1, if you see ma, we have prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Okay, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. Prophase 1 again have 5 substages. What are they? Leptotene, zygotene, good, pachytene, very good, diplotene, super. If you see some 10 to 12 PYQs from this chapter, 3 to 4 will be from only prophase 1 of meiosis. That important it is. Next, cytokinesis 1, at the end of cytokinesis 1 you will get 2 daughter cells. Meiosis 2 is same that of what? Mitosis. Meiosis 2 is same as that of mitosis, and here you can see prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2. At the end of cytokinesis 2 you will get what? 4 daughter cells. Right? Got the clear framework of what we are going to learn from cell division? M phase or cell division. Cell division can happen in 3 types in different cells. Okay? If you look at the unicellular organisms, be it prokaryotic or eukaryotic, mostly unicellular organisms will duplicate or replicate via what? Amitosis or binary fission. These are unicellular organisms where they will divide simultaneously. Karyokinesis and cytokinesis will happen what? Simultaneously, and there is no involvement of spindle fibers or spindle apparatus here. Clear? And then mitosis and meiosis. This is the framework. About this we are going to deal tomorrow. Okay? Today, if we assume this interphase, getting back to our topic, that is interphase, is also known as preparatory biosynthetic phase or interphase, which occupies more than 95% of cell cycle, and all the cells are metabolically active here. Here, before getting into G1 phase, you should know the synonyms of each phase. Okay. So, this is the sequence of cell cycle, right Nama? First G1, then S phase, and then G2, and then M phase. This is the sequence. G1 phase, can I call it post M phase, post mitotic phase? And is this pre S phase, pre synthetic phase? So, G1 phase is also known as what? Post mitotic phase and pre synthetic phase. Right. And S phase, if you see, this is also addressed as, S phase is also addressed as post G1 phase, pre G2 phase. Now you tell me what will be the synonyms for G2? Post S phase and pre M phase. Tell me the synonyms for this. And pre, got it?